All right. Well, we're here in part of the special exhibit of the 2025 CIMGE Show here in Nanjing, China. And we are in this area set aside that is really just for the young collectors. And each one has put together their own little display case around here. And Graham and I, we were looking at this case, and one piece in particular, this is a wolfenite down here. And it was funny because Graham and I started talking about this. This is a San Francisco wolfenite, and this piece actually links our friendship that's lasted for over 30 years.
Yep. So a lot of you, in my early days of collecting, I was kind of the hired gun. I'd go anywhere, dig anything for anybody. And the San Francisco mine, Brian's father had toiled away for 2, 3, 4 years down there.
He was there. Well, it was a partnership among Wayne Thompson, James Horner, and my father. And he went down there in, it was the early 90s, like 91. And I had just graduated from college. And he said, Brian, why don't you come with me? It'll just be a week or two. And I said, okay. And I'll take photographs for you just for a week or two. I ended up living there for 2 years. And then when I left, he continued for another 2 years.
Yeah. So at that time, one of Brian's visits down there, I'd met him. And towards the end of Ed's stay there, your sister Samia was there. So right. I knew her more than I knew you, but I'd met you once or twice.
Yeah, you met me while I was there. Yeah.
While he was there. So anyway, fast forward, the mine's flooding. It now needs serious engineering. So I came in, and Ed had already discovered this pocket zone. He was, again, man, Ed, Mr. History, at the right place at the right time again. So he had discovered this pocket zone with the barites on it. He had dug it down to, maybe 3 feet, 4 feet, and they were already encountering significant water, like 40, 50 gallons a minute, 200 liters a minute. So I came in, brought in a big generator, a pumping thing, and we ended up spending the next 8 months digging where he had found these things. My
father had left by this time. He was done with the project. So you were down there kind of taking over everything.
Yeah. He had left after I came there. He's like, I'm done with this. I've been here 4 years. I want some creature comfort in my life. Right. I want to go do something different.
No electricity, no plumbing, no nothing.
This was a camp job. I actually lived in the mine about halfway down in a little tunnel off to the side. And we wake up with the bats. There was millions of bats there.
Yeah.
And we wake up with bat turds on us, but it was better than the kissing beetles outside, sucking your blood and dying from anaphylactic shock.
That was a serious thing. We had built these cots, and all the legs were in cans that had water in them to keep those damn bugs off of us. And we had mosquito nets around the bunks.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So we lived in the mine to avoid this. Anyway, so Ed had found this. We were digging, and it was kind of cool. I got to hang out with the legend, the guy that I'd never, who gets to hang out every night at the campfire and talk with Ed Svoboda, man.
Right.
What a deal. So time progressed on. He left. We were pumping 250 gallons a minute of water out of this pocket. This thing ended up being like 12 feet tall, about 15 feet long, and about 6 to 8 feet wide with some subchambers. I dug about 5,000 flats of these wolfenites. So when you see a San Francisco wolfenite with the white barite on it and kind of the yellow, barely orange mimetites, that came from that pocket that his dad found and I subsequently dug. And here we are in China, the big mineral community, making a film about a rock that, who knows how this thing actually got here.
And that was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, so it was a long time.
That's how long our friendship goes on. So.
Now we're a couple old guys.
we're the old... How would Wilbur call it? The fizzy farts.
The fizzy farts. Wow.
So, from a couple old fizzy farts to you. Thanks.